Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been on the way to team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling. Everybody.
All right, here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. It's your boy Prescott. That's your boy Eddie. Yeah, we went through our mourning period. We went through our feel like our favorite uncle died. The one that used to, slip us weed, give us a shot of his Hennessy whenever we want. Felt like he died, and we were going through a really tough time. And we're back now. Life goes on. In the grand scheme of things, it's still only football. We still have life we got to live, but it was all right to feel sad for a little bit. So then we had to regroup, think about, why should I follow this team anymore? Why should I support them in anything? And now I think we're in the right frame of mind. So tell me how you've been feeling lately.
Took it on the chin. I was pretty upset for a little bit. It's not that you. It was it felt like it was taken too early. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't ready for it to be over. That's what it was. And then you can't just take the loss. You have to get texted and emailed and people sending telegrams and singing grams and shit. Hey, are you guys them boys? And I mean everything that anybody can poke your chest on, people were doing to me. So I took a little bit of time away from everything, smelled the flowers, understood. I mean, and that I feel like after I got out of all that funk, I thought half the league didn't even get to play in the playoff. Half the league got to watch that first wild card. So I mean, at least we're not Redskin fans or Giants fans. That's
100%. But that's how I felt. Cause like me, man, I just want a team that, because I talk a lot of noise, I talk a lot of crap, and I just want a team that allows me to talk a lot of crap, and they just won't let me do it. Like, man, this just felt like a year where it was wide open. We had an excellent chance. Like, it never crossed my mind that we were going to lose that game. I was already thinking about, all right, so if we beat them, then we're going to play this person, then we got to play San Francisco on the road, and we got that. We have a good chance to make the Super Bowl. And then by halftime, it's 27-0. I'm like, what in the like we in Bizarro world? It's like the alternate universe and the multiverse. I'm like, man, take me back to the real one when the Cowboys about to win. And it's like it felt like 2007 and 2014 all over again, where we had an excellent shot and we just crapped the bed, man. Not a good feeling. Yep. So I promised myself I'm never watching another Cowboys game until at least the first preseason game. No, I can't. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm build myself up to it. Probably mid-season, probably like right after the draft when I'm missing football.
You don't need to watch that. They buried the tape. Let it go.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, let it go.
So I'll probably just watch all the victories from this year on my NFL Plus subscription. I'll watch all the victories. So now it's up to us. It's up to me and you to figure out how this team's going to get better. I'm taking some notes of what we say, so when we're done, I can go see Jerry on the yacht. I can give him our list. Yeah, because I know he listens to the show. We're good friends, and I know he cares what we say. So we have to come up with a clear and concise plan. That way we can tell him, this is how you fix the team. So where do we start? What's our off-season priorities?
I think before anything, we got to re-sign Dak. Or we got to make the decision on whether you're going to re-sign him or you're going to eat that and build, right? So I think there's got to be some come to Jesus meetings that they got to have. Like, hey, where are we going to go? Which direction are we going to have? We have a leader. Do we believe in him? Can we trust? Do you trust the ball in his hands? Because if not, then let him go find another place to play and go for something else, I mean, so I think we really got to nail down Dak's situation first. And then, obviously, the DQ situation is going to handle itself probably pretty quickly now that some of the dominoes are falling. I think
at least I hope so.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, so I'm in
What do you
agreement.
think?
That's the first thing. That's the first thing that they got to decide. Me
Priority
personally,
one.
I think he can win us a Super Bowl. I think he's good enough to win us a Super Bowl. I'm in his corner. I'm 100% behind Dak. I don't think we should get rid of him. But if they feel, or if they're wavering and they feel they shouldn't do it like they did the last time when they had to sign him. They had to franchise tag him. Like, make a decision now, because $59.4 million. That's how much he's going to count against the cap. And it's no way we can field a competitive team when one person is $60 million of your cap. Even though the cap went up, it's like a certain magic percentage. So a lot of people are freaking out about, do we pay Dak $50 million? It's really not how much money you pay him, it's what percentage of the cap he takes up. So like
Let
5
me
years
ask you
ago,
this.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt.
No. So like 3-4 years ago, 35 million seemed ridiculous. Like, no way. But like now, 50 million is 30 million back then. It's just a percentage of the cap. It's gone up so much. Is that sweet spot is like the 16 to 18% of the cap is how much a quarterback should take. And that 50 million is going to be in that 16 to 18. Right now, that 59 million he has is like 24%, which is too much. It's going to be hard to field a competitive team with that. So they need to figure it out ASAP. What you going to
I
say?
was thinking about this last night too. It's not only are we, I mean, inflation and whatever. Inflation. I'm not a money guy, right? I'm not an accountant.
Yeah.
But inflation, yes, your salary is going to go up. But we're also paying for one more game a year now. I just kind of thought about that, right?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
now they are playing 17 games and not 16.
Yeah.
And that adds up throughout the course of I mean, but I'm not saying that's the huge jump, but I mean, you got these little things add up all the time. I mean, and you can't say, well, if Dak could take $30 million and be okay with it so that we can build around him. Why? Why would he do that? Like, realistically, as a person and a human, if somebody said, hey, for the good of your company, Prescott, would you please take half your salary this year? You'll be okay. You can live off of what you made last year. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that?
I would laugh at them, especially since I know they're making massive profits. Like, it feels like a small mom and pop, and they're like, hey, man, I promise you, if you don't take this, we're going to go out of business and we can get you next year. If I trusted that guy, maybe. But if I'm in an NFL team, I know Jerry Jones breaking in massive amounts of money. They're making record profits. There's no way I'm taking a team-friendly deal, especially when I've outplayed my contract. I was speaking like I'm Dak. I was in an MVP conversation, came real close to being first team. I believe I should have been first team. I should have been MVP. And to me, that's outplaying your contract. If you're making all pro MVP conversation, nothing they're paying you is equal to that, because you're bringing in tickets, you're making them a bunch of money, you're taking them to the playoffs, all of that. And so that's insane to me that someone's like, man, take a team friendly contract, and like, no, like, forget that.
Like a few times today, I was talking to somebody, and I don't know if it was on Twitter or something, that, Brady, a couple times, Brady took a team friendly deal. I said, no. First off, they said it was a pay cut. Brady took a pay cut for the Patriots to be good, and I said, hold up, let's think about things. He didn't take a pay cut.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, he took a team friendly deal, and I said, you know what, a lot of people don't talk about this, but Brady had a company that was contracted by the Patriots to do a whole bunch of things on the back end.
A whole bunch of stuff, yeah.
I don't want to say, I'm not getting my conspiracy hat on, but he got paid when he got paid.
And then adding his wife was making double what he was making.
But still, it's not even that. I mean, he didn't take a pay cut. He got paid in different. Yeah. They were very creative with how they paid him.
Yes.
And people don't want to take that. Well, no, Dak's not going to take less than what he's worth right now, and I think he deserves it.
I'm pro player. I always say get as much money as you can, because this is short. Like Jerry Jones, he's been getting paid great for 30 years. No NFL player is going to get paid great for 30 years. You have a small window. If you're a superstar, you might get 10 to 12 years, and if you're a freak like Brady and Rodgers, you play 20 years. But the good ones, 8 to 12 years is there, and then the also rans are like 0 to 5 years. The average is like 3 years, I believe, for an NFL player.
Less than 3 years. So if you add,
it was like 2 point something last time I checked. I haven't checked it recently, but it's like, man, get all the money you can, especially when you. It's like getting in the car crash every single play. Your body's gonna be screwed up after you leave this league, so you might as well get everything you can. So I'm like, I never fault them. So I'm in the figure Dak out. If I'm Dak, I'm not taking a pay cut, but they can make it happen. But we do have a lot of free agents. Let me run it down for you. And these are the free agents that we have. So I'm gonna read the names. I want you to give me the top 3 you believe we should keep. All right, so here we go. Tyron Smith, left tackle. Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, running
Oh,
backs.
hold on. Let's
Okay,
get
you
back
writing them
again.
down?
Tyron
Yeah, so we got
Smith,
Tyron Smith,
Pollard.
Pollard, Dowdle,
Okay.
Dorrance Armstrong, Tyler Biadasz, Jaron Curse, your friend and mine, Jordan Lewis, Dante Fowler, Jonathan Hankins, Neville Gallimore, CJ Goodman. I know you love that guy.
You're just going down the hill right now. All those guys can roll.
Trent Sieg. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but the long snapper. Sieg, whatever. Noah Igbenogany, Chuma Edoga, Rashawn Evans, and Sean McKeon. Those are our free agents this year.
All right. Well, right
So
off
looking
the
at
bat,
that,
if you were asking if you gave me this list and said pick 3 of these guys and we can re-sign for next year.
Yeah.
Right away, I'd say, is Pollard taking a pay cut? Because if he wants to get paid like a starting running back, then I'm sorry, no, you can go play.
He's out. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
But if he's going to take a pay cut and he wants to come back for like $4 million a year, whatever, there's probably a role for him in that offense because he had it. Tyron, I can't. I don't know. Honestly, Hankins, I would say, hey man, how much is it going to cost for me to bring you back?
Yeah,
that's really all I would say. I would let everybody walk, but maybe Biadasz. Maybe, I mean, he came into his own, but he's never really been the center that we really needed.
Yeah.
Even what's his name? Who's the DN that you said 56? What's his name?
Fowler.
I
Yeah,
mean, he made plays, but I mean, he didn't make like $2 million a year amount of plays.
Yeah.
I'd make an offer to Tyrone and say, we know you're going to play half the time. Let's restructure.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'd say if Pollard's coming back, I'd restructure. I'd definitely offer him running back 2 money, but if not, then good luck. And everybody and Hankins, I'd say I'd open up my checkbook and say, how much do you want to come back? And that's basically all I would say. I don't know if you know anybody else on that list.
All right, so I said I'm thinking Tyron Smith. Depends on how much he wants to come back. If he's trying to still get big time left tackle money, I would say no, only because of his injury history. Tony Pollard, I'm the same with you. If he's open to taking running back 2 money, you're more than welcome to come back because I'm going after like a good free agent, whether it be Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, somebody like that. Pound it back, and he can be the way he was with Zeke.
Yep.
If he can come back for that. So those 2. The third one, man, to me, it's between Dorrance Armstrong and Jonathan Hankins. I like those 2 because Dorrance Armstrong, he's been solid every single year. He always anywhere from 6 to 8 sacks every year, and he's very solid. You never see him like, oh man, Dorrance Armstrong's getting killed out there. He's never talked bad about it. He's always solid. So I really like him. And Hankins, of course, for what it is, depends on what they do with that position. Depends on who the defense, all assuming Dan Quinn is gone. Depends on what the defensive coordinator comes in. Because we got to fix our running game. So I really want him to come back if I had a choice. The rest of them, I wouldn't feel bad if we let him go. I would I would destroy the star if they brought Chuma Edoga back and let him play for us again. I would personally beat up Jerry Jones if they brought Chuma Edoga back. The rest of them, I can deal with. Like even if they brought a bunch of these guys back on very minimal salaries, $1 million for a year or $2 million, I can live with that. But those are the ones I feel that we should make a concerted effort to bring back. Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, and Dorrance Armstrong. I can be talked into Tyler Biadasz, and I can be talked into Dante Fowler. But those three are probably my three I want back.
You know what they're going to probably do too on this is, for some reason, they like McKeon. I don't know why. I don't know if he knows something about Jerry or something.
Yeah.
So for somehow they'll bring him back, and then I don't know what this freaking love affair of Gallimore is.
Yeah.
But like, he had pockets in the season that he didn't play anything at all, and I was like, nothing. I don't miss him at all. And then all of a sudden, in the playoffs, they're like, "Oh, it's goal line. Where's Gallimore? Get Gallimore in there." Like, every time we're in goal line or in a situation, I was looking, I'm like, who didn't make that play? 96. So it's getting blocked off to the side. I don't understand it. So if they bring him back, he's my Edoga. Like, if they bring him back, or if they don't cut Jordan Lewis's salary by like 1/18th of what it is right now, then I'll throw a fit too, man. I swear to God.
I got into somebody on Twitter, and they were like, "Oh man, bring Jordan Lewis back." And I'm a Jordan Lewis fan. I actually like him. I think he's a good player. But like Bob Sturm says, Jordan Lewis is a good cover corner that can't cover. He does a lot of the other stuff right. Like, man, he plays the run. He's a sure tackler. He's tough. He's always in there forcing fumbles, all of that. But on those drag routes, man, he just gets killed. He just doesn't cover like we should. And the way our defense is set up, I mean, we're getting Diggs back. We have Bland. Gilmore, he's going to be there. And so, or they can bring him back. And so it's like, he's like a luxury that we don't have to pay. So if he comes back really, really cheap, I'd take Lewis back, but I think we can do better. I think we can find somebody better than him.
I think if we get a washer and dryer that stacks on top of each other and is, I would take that over Jordan Lewis right now.
Man, I thought we brought you around by the end of the season, man. You were singing his praises. In the first 10 games, you were anti-Lewis, but in the last 7 games, you came around.
I watched them not cover, what's the name? What's that Green Bay receiver that they made an all-pro?
Reed. Reed.
Not Reed.
Watson. Either Reed, Watson, or Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
We made Dobbs look like he was Jerry Rice, John Taylor reincarnated over the middle. And all I kept seeing was 26 to number 2. 26 to number 2. Can't cover him. Yeah. Once he gets once he makes a break, like, they just go, "Oh, what are you doing? I don't know which way are you going. I don't get it." Whatever. Whatever we do, we need to. There's some big holes that we need to fill, and our pockets are not very deep right now.
It's not right now, yeah.
And we don't have a lot of picks.
Man,
I do know that we should be getting 2 of those Compton stories.
Yeah, comp picks for Schultz, and
we should get a 5 and a 6 is what I saw.
Okay, yeah.
The Eagles are getting like 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, they are, because they lost a lot of people.
5.
Yeah. Man, so I mean, we have to pay Dak for sure, 100%. Then we have to figure out CeeDee Lamb. We need to figure out Michael Parsons. We're going to back the Brinks truck up.
That's one thing that
right, because we have the 5th round, the fifth year, so we don't have.
This is CeeDee's 5th, right?
Yeah. This is CeeDee's 5th, so he's going into his 5th. So we had to do something with him.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, the year before. So when it comes to
what we did with CeeDee with Micah next year.
Yeah,
right? We
exactly.
Gotta keep him happy and healthy and feed him.
Correct.
And make him an all-pro again.
So what are you thinking of first 3 picks, draft, first, second, third? What are we going to do? What should we do?
we did this a couple times, and shout out to Troy in the Discord. Him and I go back and forth with this every year. We do. We try to scout right away what we're going to do. This year, we both agreed we need to shore up the defensive holes, but I think with the 24th pick, I mean, if we were picking 30th, 31st, it might be easier to pick an offensive lineman. But the 24th, I don't know. Like I was going to say left tackle right away. If we were picking 30th, I want to go left tackle and then right off and then go back linebacker and then running back.
Man,
because that would shore up
same
a lot
page.
of stuff. But if we're
we're
picking 24th,
yeah,
the value on that pick is a lot better than a 30th. So there might be a cornerback, there might be an edge rusher, there might be somebody sitting there that is like, how did you pass him up?
exactly.
Right?
So I always say best player available, unless it's just some like a CeeDee Lamb falls to you. You just have to go right there. But I don't like when you feel like you have to go into it like how we did with Mazi Smith. We felt we needed a D tackle. So we're like, well, I guess he's the best one left. Let's pick him. Like I don't like that.
I still think they were going in like, I want this tight end, and two tight
And
ends
all of them
got
were gone.
drafted,
Man, they
like,
took
oh, shit.
Laporta, they took Meyer, and they took Kincaid before us. So they saw that run on tight ends, and so they's like, man, we got to get one before we go. Because I looked at the tight ends, and really none of them after Schoonmaker really made an impact. So it wasn't like we bypassed two great tight ends who killed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so man, but I'm with you. Like me personally, in the first round, once we're on the clock, if we haven't traded or whatever crazy we might do, we need to look at the board and say, look at the best tackle and the best linebacker available and debate those heavily. Like, is it deep at tackle in this draft? Is it deep at linebacker in this draft? Because if this linebacker is the last best linebacker and then it's a steep fall off, I say get him. Vice versa with OT, and then do the next whatever we didn't get in the first round, pick that in the second round. So linebacker and tackle. We need to do that first too. And I'm with you on the running back but depends on what kind of free agent we might bring in. If we bring in a decent free agent, I wouldn't go third with running back. I would go probably D end or safety, but or maybe even wide receiver. That's a sneaky one depending on free agency. But I say we need to yeah. I think we need to plug holes in free agency first and then go into the draft knowing, we got this covered. These are more insurance instead of needs.
Yeah, you're handcuffed when you go in with needs and have to.
Yeah.
Right. So
you have to.
If you can shore those up with free agents, but the thing about that is, do we have the pockets? Do we have the money to do that? And what I was going to say to you earlier was like, does it feel like sometimes the salary cap is only the Dallas Cowboys' problem?
It seems like it, man. Like how do these teams
it doesn't. Other teams are like, oh, there's a free agent available. I'll just sign him. Like,
the Rams signed him.
$700 million. Got it. Don't worry, got it. And then people just don't question it. Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
How many people did you just sign? Like the Eagles just signed every single person that was playing defense last year.
Yeah,
that was
everybody.
Right? So
it's like, man, that just brought everybody in. Like, oh, we need this guy. Let's get him.
So
San Francisco did it with Randy Gregory. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Chase Young, Randy Gregory, all those guys. I'm like, man.
Why don't we just say? Okay, let's get creative with things. Like instead of saying, "Oh no, we can't do it." Yeah, well, everybody else can do it. Why can't we?
Exactly.
Take some dipper toes in the water.
One thing I do know that they wanted to, what they hated was back in the day, for the people who aren't old enough to remember, when we used to be in salary cap hell and we used to be top heavy. We used to have a lot of big contracts, like from Romo to Marion Barber to T.O., the offensive lineman. We used to have a lot of top heavy contracts. And
Gary also shot right from his hip all the time.
Yeah,
all
he did.
The time back in the day. He didn't give a fuck.
And he kind of did it with the Trey Lance. Yeah, I mean, he kind of did it with the Trey Lance trade too. But
yeah, that was
like,
well, did it make an impact on it? Didn't really make an impact on anybody.
Yeah, it did.
Nobody. I'm talking about like when he traded for like Terry Glenn and like
Oh yeah.
Roy Williams and
Oh,
stuff
that
like
was so
that, like
bad.
he said, he looked at it. He said,
Galloway.
"I want that guy, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna get him, and I don't care what it costs." And that's
Yep.
what he did. And I think maybe he got hurt by that, and
Yeah.
he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I promised myself I would never do that. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Used to have a bunch of top heavy contracts, and then every year we'd be like, well, we got to get rid of somebody. We got to get rid of somebody. And so now they're more of the we want to have instead of having 10 top heavy contracts, we want to have 20 medium like have 5 big contracts and then 15 medium contracts. People that, where we can have because a lot of times if we lost a player, that was it. It was over. Like, man, our season's over. We lost this player because we had no viable backup to help him out. This team, we did have that. Like we lost like Diggs. We lost Diggs, didn't really miss a beat. Even though we could have used him, it wasn't a death sentence to us. Let me
Too bad it
same.
didn't happen like that for our linebackers, because that the only
I was just
thing
about to
that
say the LVE killed us.
that and Overshawn, him and Overshawn
Yeah,
losing those two so early.
man,
We Jerry should have picked up his checkbook and found
he
another
should have.
linebacker.
And I think we did ourselves wrong in that place because they did the whole let's experiment and do these converted safeties and turn them into something. And so it's like that is really what got it. Like, nah, man, Bell and those little tiny safeties that it worked sparingly but not consistently, and I didn't like that, man.
We basically played a nickel most of the year. Who has a base nickel defense in the
No
NFL?
one does. Yeah,
Cowboys
exactly.
do.
And
The Cowboys
that
do,
got
and
us.
every NFC team was licking their chops after the Bills. Right? They're like, oh, what happened? He's how much? He weighs 205. He's playing middle linebacker.
So it's like players I'm just looking at like, why is he on the team? But to go the other way, what would you say? Non-stars, take out the Lambs, the Parsons, the Dax. Who was your favorite non-star this year? Who'd you enjoy watching this year?
Ooh, I really enjoyed watching. Well, I mean, you can't say he's not a star, but Bland was amazing in the beginning of the year. Like,
yeah, but he wasn't a star though, so that's a good pick.
I would say him. And man, I was a Marquise Bell fan, huge fan before he was even drafted, or before we even signed him. I was a big fan of his, and I just was sad that he got washed away so much this year. So yeah, I'll go with my first pick.
If I had to pick, I'm going with Donovan Wilson once he came back. Like,
there you go.
He brought that swagger back to the middle to where I felt that like they were soft up the middle. And once he came back, that's when him and even Jordan Lewis start picking up, at the same time. And so I say him, and then my other one, even though he gets paid like one, he's not really a star, but D-Law, man, he's my favorite player on defense. Man. And he saved us a bunch of times. Man, he played solid the whole year, healthy the whole year, great run stopper. So I say those two, D-Law
I'm gonna beat this drum.
Dono.
I'm gonna beat this drum until they do it. I think they need to pay, or they need to feed Tank one more meal a day. One more meal a day. Put him on the clear. Get some pounds on him. Make him the best nose tackle in the NFL.
Oh man,
because he would be ridiculous if he was.
Is Barry Bonds still around? Let's call him and ask him what kind of products he recommend. You can get him on there.
Balco? Oh yeah, but I'm serious. Like if you put some, I think he could bulk up a little bit and still be very effective and continue a career that might if he slows down a little bit, he's not going to be chasing the quarterback too much.
But all of this depends on where Quinn goes to work. So who we gonna get to take a spot? Who you liking? Do we go internal? We hire somebody outside?
I think we hire somebody outside.
Wink Martindale. We got Vrabel out there. But you also got to remember that they making McCarthy play out. So whoever we bring in gotta understand that, hey, you're playing under a coach that has 1 year. So that's why I lean Vrabel, only because he's somebody who I could see. I wouldn't pick him, but I could see Jerry Jones saying we can pick him, and if we have to get rid of McCarthy, that's somebody we can, or if we had to get rid of McCarthy mid-season, we can elevate him to be the interim coach or whatever. And so it's like I could see Jerry doing that. I was really upset that the Eagles got Fangio. I didn't even know he was available. Well, yeah, they haven't. But Schefter said that he wants to be close to his family in Philadelphia, and that's why they parted ways amicably. And he's gonna sign up with the Eagles, which I hate because Fangio's a great defensive coordinator. I was hoping that they would have fired Eberflus and got Eberflus to come in and play defensive coordinator. But Chicago decided to hold on to him for one more year. So I was like, because I don't think
I think it's a great recruiting tool that McCarthy only has 1 year left. Because we're bringing in a defensive coordinator and say, show me what you got, because you might have a shot at a head coach position in Dallas.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's huge recruiting. That's how we got DQ in the first place.
Yeah. I don't think Witt or Harris is ready to step up yet. I don't think so.
Witt might be. I could see Witt doing a good job too. But I don't see any reason why we don't look on outside. Looking.
Oh boy, from Green Bay, who just got released.
Not the. I don't think it should be a lateral move either. Like, I don't think a D coordinator should move over and be a D coordinator again for us.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be somebody that's up and coming and move and
like a linebacker's coach from somebody. Yeah. Like a linebacker's coach from somewhere or something like that. Yeah. I can see that.
Or somebody that comes from college. There's a lot of D coordinators. There's a lot of head coaches. There's a lot of people out there that could coach defense and be successful in the NFL. I don't think that we need to reach on this. I don't think we need to turn around and sign somebody next week right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to say that we have a D coordinator.
Plus, I don't think we should do what Jerry likes to do and get established people. I think we need to get he kind of did it with Kellen Moore, but he was in. He never hires outside to come in unless they're established. Like Parcells, the Ryan brother, McCarthy, the Dan Quinn. He likes established coaches. Like he would have never took a chance on Mike McDaniel or LaFleur. He never would have took a chance on those guys because that's not how he thinks. But I think we should kind of zag a little bit and do that this time.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes.
I would be excited.
I think so. So, oh man. So let's see. I think that's enough for this week. We can marinate on that, and by next week we should have some more. I think that Dan Quinn should be hired by the next time we talk, and we'll be discussing some. We'll come up with some suitable replacements. Discuss that. See what's going on. So we'll be here all off season, still weekly, still talking. Everybody on there, subscribe to the page. We have email, DMs. You can ask us questions, give us topics you might want to hear us discuss, and we got all that. But until next time, we got this. I think that's it. That's it for this week. We got it.
Yeah, we do. DC for life. A shout out.
Here we go.
Shout out to my mom and my kids, man. I want to tell them I love them. So
that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
I love you, little stinkers.
They don't care about that. Just give them money. That's how you show your love.
Yeah, you know how that is. They got dad's wallet. So.
That's it.
All right, man.
All right, man. We'll see you next time.
All right. See you guys later.
Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been known to wear the team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling.